very first car I ever owned was a 1985 Jeep Grand Cherokee, which I bought for $600. It was so analog that not even the clock on the dash was digital. But the state of technology has advanced quite a bit in the last 36 years, and lucky for us, a lot of that technology has found its way into the Jeep Wrangler Sahara XE, Jeep's first plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The Wrangler Unlimited Sahara 4xe comes with a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4. Now that's smaller than the 3-liter V6 diesel, 3.6-liter V6 gas, or 6.4-liter V8 that the internal combustion variants of this year's Wrangler come in. Taken together, both the internal combustion engine and the pair of electric motor generators can produce 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, with a range of 370 miles altogether. All of that while delivering 49 mpge, or miles per gallon equivalent, because you're mixing gas and electric. But still, that's nearly double the 22 and 29 miles per gallon that its internal combustion variants can muster, though without help from the e-motor, the 4xe's efficiency does drop to just about 20 miles per gallon, which is not great. So keep that electric motor on. The i4 is paired with a 17 kilowatt hour battery pack tucked under the rear seats, which utilizes a 400 volt architecture and a nickel manganese cobalt graphite chemistry. The battery is housed in an aluminum case and is fitted with a dedicated heating and cooling circuit to keep the battery at its optimal temperature. And because it's trail rated, the battery has been waterproofed and hardened to endure up to 30 inches of water. Now, you're not going to see the charging speeds like an 800 volt system like what the GM Ultium can handle, but the XE's pack is compact enough so that it can be replenished in just 2 hours on a level 2 charger, or in about 2.5 hours just by driving around. Its regenerative braking system can also harvest up to 1/4 G of momentum every time the vehicle stops to keep the pack topped off while extending the service life of the XE's brake pads. The XE has a pair of motors. The primary motor generator sits at the front of the engine block and is used to augment the engine's performance as well as top off the battery. The second motor generator sits in front of the transmission with a binary clutch separating the motor from the internal combustion engine. It's where the torque converter normally sits. This is what enables the XE to use electric-only mode, since there aren't any actual mechanical connections between the two systems aside from the clutch. When the clutch is open, it's electric only. When the clutch is closed, the engine and the motor work together. And while it does have a 12-volt battery to run the vehicle's various accessories, it does not need the standard 12-volt starter motor that its fully petrol alternatives do, meaning that it turns on and off silently, like an EV. My favorite design flair is the battery and gas ports because they are both on the same side of the vehicle. So if you remember where one of them is, you remember where both of them are, and you're not stuck at the gas station deciding which side of the pumps you should put your car. So this is the interior of the Sahara XE. It's wonderful. It's got real freaking buttons. Look at these buttons, they're beautiful. It's incredible. You have like tactile feedback. You love tactile feedback. Everybody loves tactile feedback. And it's a hell of a lot better than trying to bang away on an iPad crammed onto the front of the dashboard. But yeah, let's run through it real quick. So, basic stuff. You've got a physical e-brake handle. Isn't that wonderful? That kicks ass. Time to go power sliding. Let's do this. You've got automatic transmission lever. You've got 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, 2-wheel high. And let me tell you, you put this thing at 4-wheel low, whew, that's when the fun starts. There are a trio of physical buttons to change the drive mode to the left of the steering column. You've got hybrid mode, which is the default, uses the internal combustion as the primary, but boosts it using electric motors. Electric only mode does exactly that. It's just the electric motor. It's got a range of up to 21 miles, or until the battery bottoms out. E-Save is the third mode, and it leans on the internal combustion engine to save as much battery power as possible in case you want to go EV some trails, or you live in Paris and have to contend with combustion engine restrictions. The one weird design choice that they made was to put all of the window controls here in the center console. So you have to reach past the gear shift lever to actually roll the windows up and down. I'm not a fan of it. Now, for your passengers, there's obviously plenty of headroom, but it does get a little tight in the knees, especially with the front chairs all pushed all the way back. But honestly, if you're going mudding in this thing, you're going to want as many bracing points as you can get your hands and knees attached to. trunk space is rather limited, so you're going to either need to Marie Kondo your luggage or break out the old family Astro van for that upcoming trip. Infotainment system has all of the modern tech you could possibly want, an 8.4-inch touchscreen display, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto screen mirroring come standard. It's got an Alexa Amazon skill, offers 4G LTE Wi-Fi for up to 8 devices. The driver's instrument cluster display can even be customized to show specific off-roading stats like your speed, pitch, and roll. And just because it doesn't have a big battery doesn't mean it can't keep up on the trails. This is a trail-rated vehicle, which means it has skid plates, front and rear tow hooks. It can handle an approach angle of 44 degrees, a breakover angle of 22.5 degrees, departure angles of 35.6 degrees, and it's got a 10.8-inch ground clearance. The base model Wrangler and the Sahara both come with standard 20-inch wheels and 33-inch tires. If you opt for the top-of-the-line Rubicon 4xe, it's going to come with 17-inch off-roading wheels and 33-inch tires. You got 10 exterior color choices. This one is bullet silver, and you've got 2 interior color choices, tan cloth or black leather. If you've ever driven a Jeep before, you know how this thing handles. It is top heavy, the suspension is a bit squishy, but it is a very fun car to drive, both on the streets, in the suburbs, on the trails. It's fantastic. The MPG is stupid great. It basically doubles the fuel efficiency of the internal combustion version, and I don't see why you would not want to do that. Thanks for coming along with us on this look at the 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sahara XE. If you want to check one out for yourself, make trails to your local Jeep dealership where they start at $47,995. Thanks everybody. Keep watching and Engadget.